It's the story that won't go away. Two teams that didn't make the playoffs are still hot on our minds. It's time to play a round of we in or we out. We start with that controversial ending. Then we get this yesterday from Jimmy Graham, who was amongst many Saints players. Get off. Jameis is back. The man is the best teammate I've ever had. Loves this city, this game, and embodies everything you can ask for in a leader. Was a rare situation, and we all take responsibility. Nobody thought it would get blown out of proportion. Also, blame the Falcons. Osi Umenyiora, who was a former Falcon player after his Giants days, showed a video on his Twitter of him returning a touchdown in meaningless garbage time and taking it all the way and saying, of course I did that. It was against the Saints. It's what we do. A lot of pushback on what Jameis did. And for the viewer who might be saying, well, what was all that? They were in the victory formation. They're up by 30 points, last game of the season, and Jameis Winston audibles, overrides his head coach, Dennis Allen, and hands the ball to Jamal Williams so he can get his first touchdown of the year. And afterwards, there was outrage galore, but Jameis stood behind it and said, it's what we all did. It was for the team. For the team, baby. Here's the statement. Jameis Winston was in the wrong, opting to get Jamal Williams that touchdown out of victory formation instead of just kneeling like his coach requested. Jason, are we in or are we out?
I'm out. He is not in the wrong. The only thing I would have changed is line up in a normal formation. Didn't have to be victory. But when all your teammates come and have your back, it wasn't just Jimmy Graham, it was Alvin Kamara, it was Cam Jordan. They all were riding with Jameis on this. Who cares if the Falcons like it? After in the locker room when Jameis is being interviewed, the reporter asked him, but you have to play these guys next year. So what? If I didn't do this, would they have been nicer to us next year when we get ready to play against them twice a year? No, it's a division game. We don't like them. I hope it left a bad taste in their mouth. There's other things you can get into, this, that, and the third. Listen, your team, you're out there. They didn't decide it as a team. They decided as an offense. The 11 guys on the field. Once they decided, they went out and executed. Who cares who likes it or not? As long as the guys in the locker room are riding with Jameis, that is all that matters. And he's that guy on their team in their locker room.
Inherently, this question is between a rock and a hard place because you can either answer, I'm out on this, I love Jameis, and I love, being a rebel, or I say I'm in on the backlash and I'm kind of being like an annoying mother goose who says, you shouldn't do that, it's not fair. Unfortunately, I'm going to be the latter. I don't love it. I don't care about the disrespect towards the Falcons. I care about the disrespect towards Dennis Allen. You put him in a really tough position to have to answer to your decision-making, and you're not even the starting quarterback at this point. I understand that you are a beloved member. We went through an exercise yesterday. We're just listing off other head coaches. We're like, who do we think could have behaved differently? Who do we think he wouldn't have done that to? What other backup quarterback do we think could have pulled this off the way Jameis has? And it's like, Jameis, I get it, and I love your personality, but that was a real big reach to put your head coach in that position, have to answer to that. And your answer in the locker room was endearing in and of itself, but I don't love what it did to Dennis Allen.
Kyle, get in here. I know you got Jameis thoughts always.
Yeah, I mean, of course I'm in on it being wrong, but that's exactly why I love it. It's a question of branding here. It went from being this, oh my God, football atrocity, what are we going to tell the kids? And then when you find out Jameis did it, you're like, oh, that's just mischief. That's just football mischief, which is perfect. Peter, I have a comp for Jameis right now. He has this sort of Manny Ramirez thing going on, where he does something ridiculous and it makes him even more beloved and it becomes part of his brand. And to Jason's point, why don't they just run up and run the play normally? Well, Jason, then it might not have worked. They're trying to surprise him. They don't care. They want to surprise him. So when it was a Dennis Allen call, you're like, what the hell is Dennis Allen doing? When it's a Jameis thing, that's just Jameis being Jameis. It became mischief. And who doesn't like mischief, Peter?
I agree. I think it was fun for us. It's week 18. In the locker room, it's a different story. And for Dennis Allen's a different story. I had to bring this tweet up. We love Brandon Jacobs, the former Giants running back. And I love where he chimed in and says, Tom Coughlin say victory formation. We're taking a knee. Under zero circumstances will we run a play. And that's just sometimes how it is. You don't mess with Coughlin. Maybe you mess with Dennis Allen. Maybe Jameis Winston feels he can mess with Dennis Allen.
Right.
Sounds like Dennis Allen's back. Maybe they can deal with it. I don't know if Jameis will be back, but it made for good fodder. And we heard a lot of different takes yesterday. We had to chime in as well. Okay.